Okay, YouTubers, I'm getting ready to do the very first fire on the freshly rebuilt 4.8, freshly rebuilt Turd-Bo 400. I am trying to run through my checklist both mentally and what I wrote down to make sure I don't spring any huge leaks during this process. Been under a time crunch. One of my neighbors took it upon themselves to report me to the city of Peculiar for working on a vehicle in my driveway. Had no idea that was against the law or against code enforcement. So I have been giving a deadline of 1 week to get this to an operational vehicle. So I've been doing a lot of work off camera, trying to fit, my transmission cooler, fix my exhaust, all kinds of different things. So now we're to the final. Let's see what happens, man. It's either gonna work or it ain't. I just came to the realization that I'm gonna be using 6-month-old gasoline, but let's hook the battery up and see what happens. I did find out that my personal battery charger died, so I had to run this battery into the local Advance and have them put it on their little super duper charger for a day to make sure it was up to snuff. So all right, let's roll this thing. Let me do some checking, make sure we got enough gas to run this thing. All right, guys, I don't know that it's going to help it try to start and idle, but I went ahead and put 5 gallons of fresh fuel in it. It has been setting since last end of summer or fall. Maybe that gas just evaporated that was in there, who knows. But I was under the impression that this camshaft was mild enough that it should start and idle with the factory tune. Of course, I have a slightly hotter than factory tune from previously, but that shouldn't affect the being able to idle. So right now I'm a little bit apprehensive, but let's just see if it'll start and run. we got mixed results. This sloppy stage 1, or the Elgin 1838P cam, is supposed to start and run and idle on a stock tune. This thing, the best I can determine is it's having some kind of problem with the IAC, because the idle air control acts like it's searching for idle, or it won't idle at all unless you sit there and feather the throttle for a certain amount of time. Then it'll locate an idle and it'll sit there and run an idle as long as you want. But if you rev it and change it from idle, then it forgets how to idle and it starts acting stupid and dies. It just starts and dies and starts and dies. So I don't know. I just changed the IAC because I just happen to have an extra one in the garage. Perhaps this new cam and larger intake plus slightly larger intake ports on the heads, maybe it lowered the manifold vacuum and got the idle air control out of its happy spot. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. We'll try to fire it up one more time and see if it idles any better. So now we have the infamous warning about not changing more than one thing at a time, so that you'll know what you changed and how it affected your outcome. While I had the throttle body loose off the intake, changing the IAC, because I don't have enough room between it and the alternator to do it without pulling the throttle body, I went ahead and cracked the butterfly's 1/2 turn. So I basically altered the butterfly in the throttle body, opened it 1/2 turn just to give it a little more air to see if that would help it idle. Clearly it fires up and idles just fine now, but was it cracking the throttle body, or was it changing the IAC valve that actually helped it? I don't know, guys. Hit up the comments, let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.